We should all know the rules by now. The teams have £300 and an hour to find 3 items to sell at auction. Our experts buy a bonus buy, which our teams can choose to go with or not. And the winners will be the team that does best.
But today, we've changed the rules a wee bit, because I'm going to be asking the experts to go out and find not 1, but 2 bonus buys to take to auction. Then I'm going to have a look at them, and I'm going to say which one I think is going to bring the biggest profit, or the smallest loss. But will the teams go with my choice? Will I get it right? Let's have a quick chatty as to what's coming up.
The Reds turn tribal at the fair.
I think we need to do some sort of war dance to celebrate.
But will the Blues bottle out?
There's a message in it.
And it's excitement all round at the auction.
200.
Oh!
200.
Yes! Let's meet the teams.
Now, today's teams have spent a lifetime in 2 very different professions. For the Reds, we've got engaged couple, Kevin and Rhonda, who've spent their life in forensics. And for the Blues, we have friends, George and Ronald, who have clocked up almost 50 years between them as lecturers. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Tim.
Hi.
Very nice to see you. Now, Kevin, how did you and Rhonda meet?
We met through our mutual work, Tim, in the police security industry. We worked together for a while. I recently
fingerprint scanner.
proposed to Rhonda in St Basil's in Moscow, in Red
didn't.
Square.
Did you really?
Yes.
Were you over there doing security or on holiday?
No, we were holidaying.
Were you?
Yeah.
Well, that's a very romantic setup. And did you see it coming, Rhonda?
No, it was a complete surprise.
Was
to me.
it?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were in the St Basil's Cathedral in a tiny chapel right at the top.
Yeah.
And I could see him at the corner of my eye kneeling down. And I
Right.
thought he was praying.
Really?
But it turned
Well,
out he was proposing. Yeah.
Oh, how sweet. On bended knee.
Yes, he was.
Oh, it's enough to make you want to cry, really, isn't it? Now, let's get to the bottom of how you two both started in forensics. What jobs have you done?
Well, I was a fingerprint expert for 16 years, working for various police forces in Scotland and England. And mostly it consisted of me sitting in an office trying to identify crime scene marks. But sometimes I got to go out to crime scenes and work in the laboratory and things like that, trying to enhance finger
And
marks.
did you go with all that dust then,
Yes.
making all that mess?
Yeah, it's very messy.
Oh,
yeah.
I think that's marvellous.
Yeah.
I mean, fascinating work, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, good for you. And so you're now developing other sides to the business, you can?
Yes, Tim, I work on the commercial side of this. So I work for the company that supplied the automatic fingerprint identification system for England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland.
Oh, dear.
So I'm looking at existing technologies and emerging technologies and how they can be
Yes.
used in modern day policing.
So tell us, what do you collect?
Vinyl records is my passion, Tim.
Is it?
And I have everything from punk to Puccini.
Nice line there. Will you be buying records today if you can?
No, I don't think so, Tim. I think we'll be staying away from records and music stuff.
We're looking for some Russian silver today,
Are you?
hopefully.
Well,
Fingers
that would
crossed.
be nice,
Yes,
yeah.
it would be nice, yeah.
Well, when you cross your fingers, make sure you don't leave a print. Anyway, very good fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, George, how did you and Ronald meet?
Well, we met through a college hill walking club. I was at that time a mature student, and I was so mature I was older than most of the actual lecturers. and just through going out so often, we
Yes.
got to know one another a bit better and became friends, and have been walking ever since.
But it's a sociable business, this hill walking, isn't it? Because you chat and share experiences and everything, so
That's correct.
rather nice.
You can change partners if you like as you're going along up the hill.
Yes, exactly.
And Ron and I were usually at the back anyway, so wasn't a lot of choice.
You're at the back and fagged out, right? Yeah. And Ron, you achieved a rare feat with your hill walking, didn't you?
And I was lucky enough to claim I've climbed all the Munros, which are hills over 3,000 feet basically. in
And how many of
Scotland.
those are there?
There's approximately 284. I say approximately because no one's definitely decided what is or isn't a Munro. There's no hard and fast
You've been
ruling
up
for it.
284 hills.
Not on one day. No.
In your hill, that's quite something, isn't
It
it?
covers a lot of ground over Scotland.
Yeah, well, I bet it does.
Really.
What sort of things are you going to go for today, then, Ron?
Hopefully something practical, possibly an instrument of some kind, a measuring instrument.
You've got some ambitions,
The
then,
option
haven't
being
you?
in Glasgow.
Sadly, we
building.
shall only be giving you the £300, though. There we go, £300
Thank you.
apiece. Well done, Rhonda. You know the rules, your experts await, and off you go, and very, very, very good luck. Punk to Puccini, eh?
Now let's meet our experts. Flying the flag for Blighty and the Reds is Catherine Southern. And Scotland's very own Paul Laidlaw is hoping he won't be throwing the Blues toys out of the pram.
Rhonda, what are we doing here?
We're taking your fingerprints, Catherine, so that if you don't make us a profit at auction, we can come and track you down.
I don't know if I like the sound of this.
We will track you down and find you, Catherine.
You've been told, Catherine.
What's your strategy?
What we're looking for is something that catches our eye.
Yep.
There's a bit of pressure going on here.
Indeed there is.
We need to go out and find these bargains.
Let's go.
Come on.
No matter what it is, it's going to be a bargain, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. That's the object. Come on, let's go.
Right, go for it.
Yeah, off you go, teams. Your 60 minutes starts now.
What?
Let's go.
I love your bounce. I love the bounce.
So you're the one remaining person that likes brass? You're the man.
I see,
You're keeping
yes.
the market afloat,
Well,
single-handedly.
If I'm the only one, I'll not be buying it.
You might not be buying it, George, but somebody will.
Got a bit of a Russian thing
got a
going
Russian
on.
thing
haven't
going
we?
on, but
Because
we-
you two met in Russia, didn't you? Or
No, we got engaged
engaged.
in St. Basil's.
Yeah.
So a bit of Russian would be nice.
Yeah,
A
it
bit of
would.
Russian enamel.
Yeah.
A wee olive wood box. It's a wee souvenir piece out of Palestine.
Could get them
What?
in fair.
£15, you know.
Tourist souvenirs aren't always the best pieces. Back now to Catherine and the Reds, who clearly are at the cutting edge of antique browsing.
Really boring leather pouch, but you open that up.
look at
and they've
that.
got like little embroidery scissors. Quite nice that they're graduated, so we've got the 3 different sizes there.
Yeah.
And nice mother of pearl. They're probably Victorian.
Yeah. Collectible?
Well, I think a lot of people do buy sort of sewing accessories.
What about value, Catherine, at auction?
£78 I got on them.
Let's go.
Thanks
Keep
very
going,
much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay? If you're not sure, move on.
Not a hot market.
Right.
Not a hot
We'll
market.
leave that then.
Same applies to you too, Blues. Perhaps the birds aren't flying off the shelf today.
Put it on. Oh yes, that's definitely you, especially with the
No, it's not, Catherine.
these little dreadlocks on
It's
the
got
side.
more hair than me. We quite like the idea of something tribal,
Do you?
but we understand that it's sometimes difficult to know what is the genuine thing and
what is a bit of
tourist art or-
Exactly, and I'm thinking that's more tourist, don't
Okay,
you?
then we'll leave that there.
Mind you, that's got a bit of wear
It looks
to
like
it.
it's got some good, and it's been hacked out quite well, hasn't it, with
Yeah.
some rudimentary tool, and it's got a nice knot there.
Yeah.
So if it
You're
was-
selling it to me.
I am. How much is it? Do you think it's got anything going for it?
I really like it.
Quite
actually.
unusual.
Yeah.
What do you know about this mask?
It's dead.
Region or age
I
or?
think it's Benin, and I think it's about 1880s. The majority of the African artifacts came in round about that period.
It's quite nicely carved, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's
there's
quite naive.
Different
Different,
textures.
lots of nice little textures going on. I like the fact that it is very warm because that makes me think that it's not one of these touristy pieces.
Yeah.
How much is it?
85.
Oh, £50 by it?
On
It
price.
wouldn't, I'm afraid, but I'd do 65 on it.
Do 55 and we'll have a deal.
No, too hard for me, honestly.
Meet in the middle.
65. We are in the
60.
middle.
£60 and we'll have a deal.
60 quid gone.
Well done, one in the bag, yes. I think we need to do some sort of war dance to celebrate.
There we go. The Reds have their first item. Nice bit of bargaining, too.
Right, guys, what we're looking at here, not some brooch, a cap badge. Yeah? Now, by down, I'm pretty sure that's the Gordon Highlanders. There have been thousands of those over the past centuries, yeah? But the bulk of them wore nickel badges, drop forged, lightweight, and if you want to buy one, there'll be plenty here today and they'll cost you £8. If you're an officer, on the other hand, or a piper, or a warrant officer, you've got a budget and military sartorial standards that warrant the acquisition of quality badge. Now look at that. It's not lightweight, real substance to it. You feel that?
Yeah. You should be a salesman, aye.
This man could sell snow to the Eskimos.
Date-wise, it's not ancient, mid-20th century, but it's a lovely, substantial badge.
Not been repaired or anything.
Not that I can see, no. And indeed, it's a good question because see these antlers, the points go, you know. So before I go on, what's the price on the cat badge?
I've got 60 on it.
60 quid. Could it be, you know, where would you go with this? Would
25.
It be, well, I don't think we're going to get it for that. Would 35 work?
40.
At 40, I think we might be able to do this. I think that has got legs. What's it doing for you? Anything or nothing?
Well, it would give us a start as well, Ron. It's
go
an
for it.
item under our belt.
The real meat
we've
to
got the
that.
first deal.
You fancy it?
Thank you, I think so.
Shake the guy's hand in. May we have that then? £40, we'll take it?
Yeah.
Good man, thank you.
Good luck.
Cheers, buddy. Appreciate that.
Marvellous. £40 buys the badge, and that's the first item purchased for the Blues. The Reds have headed back to the same store where they bought the mask.
Look at that lamp, isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it is.
How much is on that?
Yeah, well, you're interested in the Vulcan. Could you tell us a little bit more about it or what you know of it, please?
As far as I know, I believe it to be about 1980s.
Okay.
It's not a one-off, I wouldn't think.
No.
But it's just an iconic lamp.
Yeah. Any name on it?
No.
No name on it.
It's just got a wonderful
But,
look, isn't it?
I've never seen one before.
It's incredibly stylish, isn't it?
So we've got perspex and then just... What is
First spectrum stainless steel.
Steel, yeah.
And this is all spun
Beautifully
stainless steel.
crafted.
Is there any damage on it?
None whatsoever.
I
Beautiful.
like it.
I like it as
It's
well.
a real man's toy, isn't it? You can imagine. Would you have that on your desk?
Oh yeah, absolutely. In a blink. Yeah.
Fabulous thing.
Yeah.
So how much would you do it for then?
The absolute best on it would have to be 110.
What about 90? We do have a deal at 90.
No, we don't have a deal at 90. 95.
95, yeah.
It's your choice.
Do you want-
I really like it.
Do you?
Yeah, I really love it actually.
Well, so we're going to go in for this?
I think so.
Are you sure? It's
I
quite
think
a big amount of money.
It is, but we do quite like it, don't we?
I think we have to buy what we like.
Yes?
Yeah.
You two are very positive. Go on then, let's shake.
95, sir?
A pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks again.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Two items from one store.
Oh, thank
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very quick.
On we go.
Quick work. I like it.
Cleared for takeoff. The Reds make their second purchase. Aunt Catherine certainly likes positivity.
I love my team because they know exactly what they are looking for. And if they find something, they know and they buy. That's brilliant.
Talking of brilliant, take a look at something I found on my travels.
For the last 2,000 years, since the Han Dynasty in China, the Chinese have venerated rocks. Rocks that have a particular shape and a particular form. 2,000 years later, we come to a little arrangement like this. It's not actually composed of rocks, it's composed of old bones, but very carefully selected bones. Those soft perforations where it's rotted away are particularly lovely to the Chinese. These odd shards here look haphazard, but actually they're there for a purpose. And to cap it all, they've made this little pavilion with a thatched roof. And if you look through at the back of the pavilion, there's a delicious little balustrade, all fretted through by hand. The bit I really love, though, is this at the top. Here we've got what is an emblem of a pine tree. And that pine tree has been carved out of a bone to resemble a pine. And what does a pine tree represent in Chinese art but longevity? How marvellous is that? How much would you have to pay in a fair like this for one of these? £200? £50? Try £15. Now that's what you call a bargain.
Back to the shopping. And are the Blues getting warmer and closer to making another purchase?
That is an electric hot water bottle. That's otherwise known as a death trap. I was going to say. Hey, it's a good thing though. Let's not sniff at this. What's it made of? Absolutely. Looks like it's in its original packaging. It's got its original guarantee and it's dated to the date. 47.
That's
Now,
almost my beating.
that is
Terrible.
wow. It's amazing. Collectors of Bakelite. And then collect, do you know what? Collecting, it's madness, isn't it? It has got novelty on its side. It is priced at
22.
It's no money, is it? It's no money. I think if you could get it for half that, and to be honest with you, it's that I don't think it's out of the question. How badly wrong can it go? Get me another one. Give me £100 and ask me to get one. Where on earth am I going to find one? It's got rarity on its side and completeness. It's quirky. I mean, it's overused, but if ever there was a piece you could apply it to, we're looking at it, and it's rare. It's not worth a fortune because it is a wee market. So what do you say? What the price is?
14. That's it.
It's up to you guys. Oh, I love it.
A man of decision.
Good work. Thanks very much. Good man. Guys, two things bought in 22 minutes.
We're on fire.
Oh, loving you. And it's not because of the dodgy wiring either. No.
I'll hot foot it out of here.
So the Blues have turned up the heat and bought item number 2. Well done, gents. How's it going so far?
We're doing all right. Time-wise, we're doing okay. Purchases-wise, we're doing okay. I would like to spend some more money.
Despite making 2 fairly swift purchases, the Reds are now struggling to find their final item.
Oh, what's that?
I was looking for some early Scottish banknotes, but they're Spanish.
I think we're sort of on a very narrow market there.
Agreed.
I saw a bit of Russian silver for you here.
Oh, have you found some?
But I don't know how old that is. It's difficult to date. I think that looks
Shot glass.
I think that looks fairly modern.
Oh, okay.
What a shame.
I like it.
Yeah, but I'm just not sure on how old that is.
What would you do with it, Catherine?
I think it's just like a little to take a quick sort of. I don't know. What do they drink? Vodka.
Vodka.
Bit of vodka in that.
Well, at least we know there's Russian silver.
Yeah?
Yes.
Could be a long shot, Catherine, but it might be worth a closer look. Now, back to a man who's always on form.
Nice form. I mean, it's a lovely form. That it is literally a shaft and globe. But the techniques it's decorated, it's called nail work.
I like that.
And this technique is not unique, but it's peculiar to Scotland. I don't need to explain it, do I? Somebody sits there with a nail and a discarded bottle, because the bottle's of no import in its day. When was that? Mid-19th century. So 150 years ago, somebody saw the beauty in the form, in the bottle, and as a presentation piece, or to make it a presentation piece, sat and nibbled away and came up with the fouled anchor, the device of the Admiralty, and then a name, Christian Nickel, and for the life of me, a date, 1830, earlier than I thought, and plausibly so. And here's the Scot. It's the Union, isn't it? We've got the thistle and we've got the rose, and a lovely colour of glass. I like this. I believe this is right. I think it's worth 80 to 120 pounds. Might be worth 100, 150.
And it
It's 1.5 or something, isn't it?
165.
Well, what's she saying? Yeah.
Is there a message in it?
What do you reckon? Do you want to give it a go, or?
Yeah, I think so. So how about us putting the price down a wee bit more, and we'll come from there.
What are you going to offer me?
If we could get it below 100.
I like your style.
Well, we can meet somewhere between us.
101.
101.
Just wait for it, I think.
We have done.
Yep.
Magic! Well done, guys. You better thank that lady.
You're welcome.
Cool, that was decisive. And with that, the Blues make their third and final purchase. With 5 minutes of shopping time left, the Reds still need one more item.
I just thought that, I mean, I'm not a big fan of that, but I just thought the shape that it's a thistle.
No, it's a nice
Claret
shape,
jug.
and it's got some nice
but I'm not happy with how that is. And this is all silver plate at the top.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't sort of go flush, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, I think
Oh,
we're
no.
starting to think maybe to go back and look at that Russian silver again.
Oh, okay.
But
We
we
didn't
want to-
talk about the price on that.
We
Yeah,
didn't.
we need to go back and speak to her about
We
the
didn't.
price.
Okay, I don't think it's that old, but we'll go and have a
Okay.
look.
Now, just watch the bearded geezer on the left. Yep, that's the look I normally give Catherine, and she's out shopping.
I think we're starting to panic. So where were we, Ron?
It was down here somewhere.
Where were we? Where was the silver?
Up there, it's there.
Ah,
Right.
she's found it.
So you're not sure how old it is, are you? Do you think it's fairly new?
I think that's fairly modern.
I think it's no earlier than sort of 70s, 60s. Possibly.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's old enough for me.
But it's probably
made
just
it
like
new.
a little shot glass that you put vodka in or something. Is it marked in any way?
Yes. My glasses
Oh yes,
can
I can see at the
it's
top.
got
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
hallmark.
It's quite nicely engraved, and then it's all sort of filled in with this, like enamel.
Some sort of
I
enamel
suppose.
wear.
Yes, it looks like it's like enamel.
What does
I
the
don't
mark-
think it's brilliant,
Don't
but
you?
we haven't got a lot of time,
Okay.
and you wanted a Russian piece. I think the quality's not there on
Yeah.
it. What could you do on that? 69.
50.
It's quite naively
It
painted.
is. It is
Yeah.
quite naive.
Yeah.
We've got about 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
45.
Give
Is
us a
there
chance.
anything else?
It's a bit of a risk for us.
We've got to sell it at auction, so would you do it for 45?
How much?
45. Is that still a bit
It's
of
a
a
risk.
It is a risk,
Yeah.
yeah. We might be all right. I don't think we'll make any great money out of it, but we might just get our money back on it.
45's not too bad.
But if you're happy to take it,
I think we are.
yeah?
Yeah. I think we are.
Okay.
Well done.
45.
That's excellent.
Thank you
That's
very
3
much.
items
Thank you.
bought.
Thank you.
Well done.
It's a risky business, this bargain hunting, but the Reds decide to go with the silver beaker and in so doing make their final purchase.
Hello. Time's up. Let's check out what the red team bought, eh?
An African wooden mask was picked up for a well-disguised £60. They took off with this late 20th century stainless steel and Perspex Vulcan bomber desk lamp for £95. And finally, they picked up the Russian silver vodka beaker for £45. Cheers!
Well, you two lovebirds, was that exciting or not?
It was
Very
brilliant, Tim.
exciting.
Great.
Super. Now, Rhonda, which is your favourite piece?
The Russian silver cup.
That's your favourite.
Yes.
And do you agree with that, Kev?
No, I'm going to go with the tribal mask.
As favourite?
Yes.
Ugly thing.
It is. A bit like me.
Anyway, which piece is going to bring the biggest profit?
I'm going to go for the Vulcan lamp.
Are you?
The Vulcan bomber.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm in
Going with
agreement
that?
actually,
Okay,
yeah, the
fine.
lamp.
Well,
Yeah.
we're in agreement on that, which is lovely. And you spent how much in total?
£200, Tim?
£200. I'd like £100 of leftover lolly, please. Thank you very much, Rhonda. That's great. So £100, Catherine.
Lovely.
And on this special occasion, I am, in addition, going to give you another £100 to go and buy bonus buy number 2. I'm going to ask you to come back and show me both of the pieces you've selected before we go and show them to the guys. And you guys will get the pick when we reveal the bonus buys as to which bonus buy you want to go with. Or you might decide not to go with one at all. What fun this is going to be. Right now, though, let's check out what the blue team bought, right?
A Gordon Highlanders white metal officer's cap badge was £40. A 1940s Bakelite bed warming bottle was picked up for a hot and toasty £14. And they poured £101 of their budget into this Scottish mid-19th century wine bottle.
How was it for you?
It
Good.
was an experience and a half.
Oh, marvellous. And how much did you spend?
We spent £155.
Okay, I'd like £145 leftover lolly, please.
145.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Leftover volley.
Perfect. Now, which is your favourite bit?
To say the bottle that we got. That is
The bottle.
definitely the favourite.
Is that your favourite?
I would agree with George.
Okay, fine. And what's going to bring the biggest profit, Ronnie?
Probably the bottling, honestly. Probably
Really?
the bottling, I
Okay.
think.
And you're agreeing with the
I'm
bottle?
starting to go towards the electric hot water bottle.
Are you?
I think there's a lot of copper in that wire.
Yeah.
Somebody will realise that.
Yes, exactly. That's very nice predictions. Thank you very much. Paulus, you've got a challenge here, boy.
Yeah.
Because that is the leftover lolly that the teams would
Thank
normally give you.
you.
And on this special occasion, I'm going to give you another £100
Oh.
of leftover lolly to find the alternative bonus bar.
Indeed.
And ultimately, at the auction, chaps, you will have the choice of 2 bonus buys to go with or not. As it is, though, Paul, would you mind popping off and doing your shopping and then popping back and showing me what you bought for a little bit of a chat?
Both of our experts are on the hunt for their bonus buys. Remember, Catherine had £100 to spend of leftover lolly for her team's bonus buy and another £100 for her special bonus buy.
Little compact. The RAF wings on it. Probably 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
Can I give you 10 for it?
You can give me 12.
£12. Now, Kevin is a man who knows what he likes, and I've got a feeling he'll like this. We've bought something else, plane related. We bought something for the Vulcan bomber, so I'm thinking RAF. He might like this, and maybe Rhonda would like it because we've got a bit of a girly theme going on. It's a compact, hasn't got the powder, hasn't got the puff. For £12, there is definitely a profit there. Come on.
So that's the team bonus buy sorted, and now for the £100 special bonus buy. Catherine, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking jewellery, maybe. That's quite nice. What can you
see it out?
Is it silver?
It doesn't have any marks on it, but I believe it is silver with gold superimposed.
It's sort of Art Nouveau, isn't it? An Art Nouveau.
Definitely Art Nouveau, but much simpler than some.
How much do you want for that?
I'd like 75, please.
Can I say 40?
I could do it for 55.
Should we say 50 and round it? Shall we? Thank you very much indeed. I think that's lovely, and it's going to a very good home. Sadly, not mine.
Now, I've found a quiet corner away from the bustle of the fair to discuss the bonus buys.
Well, Catherine, that was fun. You had £200.
I did.
100 from me and 100 from the team. Which is the bonus buy that you bought for the team?
Well, I bought this for the team,
The RAF compact.
the RAF compact, and then I bought the little pendant.
For the
With my
bonus,
£100
extra
bonus.
£100 bonus. Well, that's marvellous. So let's just talk about that then.
Yes.
So that's just gilt metal, isn't it?
It is. It would be nice if it was precious metal, but it's not, sadly. But I bought it because I liked the fact that it's RAF, and I liked the price, to be honest.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Well, listen, I don't use these powder cards.
Do you not?
Not much, no. But it does have this practical purpose, doesn't it? You'd simply fill it up and have a
Put your powder in there.
put your powder in there and have a little puff,
A little puff
to
in
pop
there.
it on. It's not World War II period, it's after the war, isn't it? I think 50s, something like
I bought it as 50s. I
Yeah.
bought it as 1950s. That's what I thought. I paid £12,
that.
Tim.
Is that all?
I think it might make £30–40.
Do you?
I hope.
But you are such a lovely optimistic girl, I tell you. Now, this, I have to say, which is for the £100 bonus buy, that is rather lovely, isn't it?
Do you like that?
I do.
Oh, I am pleased.
I tell you what I like about it. I like the fact that it's lobed like that, sort of trefoil lobed. I like the fact that it's arts and crafts. I like that cable piece of wire. I like these little stones, whatever they are. And I like that little rose job in the middle. What are they?
Well, I've said peridot, and I thought that was a pink tourmaline.
Tell
You
me.
think?
It could be.
I don't know, maybe amethyst?
It's a really gorgeous thing. And now you have to tell me, how much did you pay
Well,
at the 100?
I'm going to ask you, what would you pay for it?
I suppose I pay £80 to £120.
Oh, thank you.
That's what I think it's worth.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
How
'cause
much
I
do you
paid
pay?
50.
Then you paid the right amount of money.
So do you think we might get...
I think you're a genius.
Oh, thank you very
But
much.
then I thought that for years.
Oh, thank you.
But
You're
I've
too
not
kind.
been able to tell you until now. Anyway, that would be my object to have a punt on.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Thank you very much. Right now, though, let's find out how the blue expert, poor old Paul, is doing.
Saw something earlier on. 2 things, but trust me, that might work for George and Ronald. Come here.
Paul is shopping for his team's bonus buy, for which he has £145 of leftover lolly.
pair of brass table lamps. They're not any table lamps, they are Pullman carriage lamps. Pullman being the manufacturers of railway carriages, yes? And these lamps were specifically designed for and used in these glamorous railway carriages of the early 20th century. Cracking pair of lamps. Yep. Cracking pair of lamps. You got £40 on them, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Can we compromise on that?
Well, I can do it for 30.
Not a greedy man.
No.
Sweet as a nut, that. Sweet as a nut. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Excellent. Excellent. What can I say? 2 down. Well, 1 lot.
So now for the special bonus buy, for which Paul has, as usual, £100 to spend.
It looks like, and it is, a mid-20th century battery-operated torch. No surprises there. OK, a bullseye lens, bit of nickel. It's pretty dull, really. But have a look at this. There's a mark there, and this is actually a myth-struck mark. A Crown AM is the mark of the Air Ministry. So this was owned by the Air Ministry in 1940, and indeed these torches were issued to air crew. £18. I asked the lady who has it, does it have to be £18? It's just an old torch, and it can be a tenner. And I think this will appeal, potentially, to George and Ronald. More than that, I think it'll appeal to auction goers, because you're tapping into this tremendous interest in military artefacts. I'm buying it. It's done. Ah!
Well, this is exciting, Paul, isn't it? Now, listen, I have stood in awe of your expertise when it comes to these bonus buys over the year, because you are extraordinarily good at this. Now, if we take the standard bonus buy, which is the brass jobbies, are they?
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
Pullman railway carriage lamps. How do we know they're railway carriage lamps? Screw holes. Because you didn't want, when you were getting the your lamp rattling off the edge of the table,
no,
or being stolen by the peasantry, I don't know, they were fastened to surfaces.
And you date these to about 1900?
I would have gone maybe a wee bit later than that,
Would you?
1910, 1920.
Would you? Okay.
But I'm no
fair
authority.
enough.
That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, okay. Well, 1900 to 1920, then we compromised in a little patch of time. How much do you pay?
£30.
What, for the pair?
Yeah, I know.
No, it's not much, is it? Really, they're worth 40 to 60 pounds a piece. That's 80 to 120 pounds worth, which you have paid 30 pounds for, which is amazing. And of the £100 that I gave you, apparently we got a clapped-out torch here. So tell us about that.
An ever-ready torch, mid-20th century. We can be very precise. Tells us 1940. And then there's this myth-struck mark, and it's the ownership mark of the Air Ministry.
You jest.
Telling us that this is, and I knew it anyway, RAF issue for air crews.
So, very difficult to do, but I'm going to say to you, for this ever-ready fellow, how much?
Paid 10.
Really?
But when you know what it is,
yeah.
You asked me to get you one, I need 50 to 70 pounds.
Lots of potential.
What would you go for? What should they go for?
The candlesticks are going to be my punt as to which object that you clever old thing you found with such modest amounts of money. So congratulations on that. Not at all. Meanwhile, I'm heading off somewhere really rather exceptional. We're going west, my boy, to Plymouth, to Saltram, for a thrill.
This splendid Georgian mansion overlooks the Plym Estuary in Devon, just a stone's throw from the city of Plymouth. Saltram House was remodelled in the middle of the 18th century and incorporates parts of an existing Tudor house.
Now this is what I call a grand design. Even 300 years ago, taking on a house of this scale would have been an ambitious project.
John Parker I inherited the house from his father in 1743, and with the help of his wife, they spared no expense in refurbishing its interiors, employing some of the finest craftsmen of the age.
And talking about craftsmanship, a very good place to start is with this jib door in the library. Look at the scale of that. For a kick-off, it's jolly heavy. Rather cleverly, it swings on 2 pins, top and bottom, and going in and out like that, it enables the cabinet maker to construct real bookshelves the full thickness of the door at this point. And just here, where you get the cunning tuck-in, all we've got are book spines, so that when the thing swings into position, the optical illusion is complete. Let's have a go. Look at that. Clever, isn't it? And that's not the only clever thing in this room. If you're looking for a piece of Regency furniture, you cannot find a lot better than this. The first admirable feature is that it's survived here at Saltram without having the red leather replaced. So on the face of it, this little table is a writing table. That's why you put leather in the top of a table. It's got standard supports joined by a pole in the middle to make it structurally strong, and you could write on either side, and it's appropriately placed here in a library. But it has another purpose. If we slide the slide carefully out like that and look on the underside, which has largely been protected, there you have a gorgeous checker or chessboard, which would simply slide back up that slide, and hey presto, this has been converted, giving you a perfect Wii Games table. Take it out and it reveals the next purpose, which is a backgammon well. And in the bottom of the table, we have a lovely veneered surface. Not veneered in timber, but veneered in coloured leather. 4 of these plaques, looking like metal but actually carved lime wood, decorate the frieze, along with some mug shots of Regency lions. And I reckon those ripply mouldings are there to represent icicles or stalactites. Just something incredibly exotic to lift your spirits every time you take a gander at it. Why don't we take a gander at how our teams are getting on over at the auction? Well, how lovely is this? We've popped to Great Western Auctions in Glasgow to be with the perennially lovely Anita Manning. Anita.
Welcome, Tim. It's lovely to have you back.
Well, we love coming here, as you know, and it's a treat. First up, for the Reds, is this mask. Now, you've done a bit of work on this, haven't you, Anita Manning?
This is a wonderful thing. It was made by the Chokwe tribe in Central Africa. They were rich and they were renowned for the quality of their masks.
Well, we've learned a lot there, Anita. What we really want to know now, though, is what it's worth.
Yeah. I put an estimate of 70 to 90.
£60 is all they paid for the mask, so anything over 60 will be a bonus.
I think it's a good buy.
Next up is this so-called Vulcan bomber.
What we have is something that would be of interest to people who are interested in aviation.
It's a bit of a boy's toy, really, isn't it?
It is.
Not terribly girly, but, you know. And what's your estimate, please?
I've estimated it sort of 100 to 150, and I could be completely wrong.
That would be unlikely. Anyway, £95 was paid. And then we've gone with this little vodka cup.
It's not terribly old, but what I have to say is that the engraving is quite nice. It's quite finely done. And we have that lovely Russian hallmark, and we have the Niello work. So
yes.
It's still quite a nice object.
What's your estimate?
50 to 70.
Smashing stuff, £45 paid. So I fancy that this team won't need either of its bonus buys. But let's go and have a look at them. Well, team, this is exciting, isn't it? You spent £200. You gave Catherine £100 of leftover lolly for her to find the team's bonus buy, which is what you've got covered up there. Go for it, Catherine.
Oh, I love it when you say things like that. Have a look.
That's beautiful.
I bought you a compact
Oh,
with the lovely RAF signature on, because I thought we've got a bit of a flying
with the,
theme going on. The bomber. Yes, I thought that was kind of more you, so this is more for you. Little compact.
Beautiful.
So,
gilt metal.
How much did you buy it for?
12.
12 pounds?
Yes. We've got to make something on that, haven't we?
Definitely.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
absolutely love it. Yeah, good choice.
So that's the team's bonus buy.
Right.
Now, for these 1 hour specials, as you know, Catherine has had an additional £100 to buy the special bonus buy, which is here. And I'm going to whip this off like that to reveal the special bonus buy and hand it to Catherine. There you go, darling. Thank you very much.
Well, I bought you this lovely little piece of jewellery. We've got a pendant here, and this is arts and crafts. We've got a nice ivy leaf design. We've got these sweet little peridots here and a centre pink tourmaline.
How much did you buy it for?
£50.
Ooh. And what's the chances of it making money at auction, do you think?
That's going to make money at auction.
You reckon?
Yeah, definitely.
I
How
really
much
like
is
it.
another question. But it's going to make money.
It's a pretty little object.
I think so.
It's beautiful. It's a good find.
You could have made so much profit at the moment that we get to the bonus buys that you don't want to bother with either of them, in which case you don't have to take them. But it's exciting, and we'll find out in a moment. But right now, let's find out what the auctioneer thinks about Catherine's bonus buys. Well, Anita, the world of difference between these. There's something for you, look, nice little powder compact.
Well, I like this, and there is a very lively compact collecting society. So I think this is a smashing wee thing. And I think that the added RAF badge would make it very desirable.
How much?
Well, 20 to 30.
OK, fine. Well, Catherine cleverly spent only £12 on that. And I have to say, this is my preferred option, the pretty little arts and crafts pendant.
I think this is a well-made, attractive item.
Sadly, no name is attributable
No
to
name,
it, is it? Which
no
is a
name.
shame.
50 to 80?
OK, £50 she paid. And on that basis, probably the RAF Compact is going to do rather better. Anyway, that's it for the reds. Now for the blues. And the first item is the Highlanders cap badge. What do you make of that?
Well, the Gordon Highlanders were one of the most famous battalions in the British Army, and this is an officer's three-dimensional badge, so it is of substance. It's a nice thing, and there'll be a lot of people after that one.
How much?
40 to 60.
OK, £40 paid. Next is the Bakelite hot water bottle.
What I like most about this is that the receipt is still there for 1947, February of 1947, and that was one of the coldest winters for 100 years. Not that I was there.
No. How do you rate it? How much money?
Well, 20 to 40.
OK, £14 paid. So that's another good buy from George. Now, what about this bottle?
It was made in Alloa in Clackmannanshire, and they've been making glass really since the 17th century. Onion-shaped, but what I like most about it is the engraving. This bottle is telling us a story, and I think that's what I love about it.
So what's your estimate, Anita?
I've made it low and wide, 60 to 100 pounds. 10 years ago, it would have made well over the 100, but times have changed a wee bit.
So they paid £101. That could be their problem, in which case they might need one or other of their bonus buys. So let's go and have a look. George, Ron, this is exciting. You spent £155. You gave £145 to our man. What did you spend £145 on, Paul?
I need help here.
OK, let's take off the rag, and you've got...
Wow. Ta-da! Wow, I like wow.
Electrics.
These are Pullman table lamps, and they were Pullman railway carriages. I think they're exquisite. You tell me what you think.
Weighty.
Yes, they are. What did you pay for them?
I paid £30 for
And
the
you're-
two.
And you're looking for a good percentage?
I would like to double my money.
Well, that's lovely, isn't it? So that's the team's bonus buy, which used up the leftover lolly, or £30 of it. Now we've got the special bonus buy, which for these programmes is the £100 that Paul Laidlaw had to spend on the special bonus buy. So tell us about that, Paul.
Well, there's a lighting theme going on here, is there not? Who would have carried a torch like that? RAF aircrews. Yeah?
What did you pay for that?
No money. £10.
Really?
Yep. If you go try and buy that from a specialist, it's going to be 50, 60, 70 pounds.
Does it come with the batteries?
Batteries not included.
Well, anyway,
Yep,
isn't that
sounds
interesting?
good.
So, chaps,
Excellent.
you don't have to take either of these bonus buys. You can deny both of them after the sale of your first 3 items. On the other hand, if you do go for a bonus buy, you can only go for one. The team's bonus buy or the special bonus buy. So you have to think all this through before we get to the moment critique. But right now, let's find out what Anita Manning thinks about Paul's bonus buys. OK, Anita, we got a pair of these Pullman lamps, which are very handsome and rather special, and this special torch. How do you rate these items?
I like these lamps a lot. They're taking us back to the time of steam trains and the luxury Pullman carriage.
So how much?
I've estimated these 60 to 100.
Yes. £30 paid. So that's Paul's team bonus buy. Now, the special bonus buy, as you know, we gave him £100 and he came up with this joker.
These things are always difficult, but what we did was to describe it with all the detail in our catalogue so that it could be caught on the internet.
OK, well, give us the lowdown on the estimate then.
I know, it was very difficult. I've just put 20 to 40.
That's OK. That ladle only paid £10.
It might be worth £1,000.
Well, this will be the big question for the team, because which bonus buy do they go with? The special bonus buy or the team bonus buy? Because they can only go with one or none. And we'll find out about that in just a moment. You taking the sale?
I am.
Thank goodness.
100.
You feeling nervous at all?
Yes, very.
Are you?
Yeah.
You seem to be quivering a bit, Bill. But there's no need to be nervous, because Anita is the most marvellous auctioneer, and she will wrap us up, won't she, Catherine?
Absolutely.
And make sure that we're safe and sound. Anyway, first up is the African mask, and here it comes.
A wonderful item here, a rare item. It's a Chokwe wood mask. Start me at £100. 80 bid, 80 bid. Any advance in 80, 90 on the phone, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140.
I don't believe it.
I do not believe this.
150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 220 fresh bidder, 220, 230.
The wedding fund.
What do you pay?
230. 230 pounds. 230.
230. Yes! 230
You are the world expert.
Plus 170
career, Catherine.
Did I hear a wee squeak and squeal over there?
Thank you.
Lot 51, ladies and gentlemen, is this very stylish stainless steel and perspex Vulcan Bomber desk lamp. On the books at 50, 60 on the phone, 70 with me, 80, 90, 100, 110.
You're in
You need to go
profit.
to
That's good,
115.
isn't it?
115, 120 on the books. No. Any advance in 120, all done at 120, 120.
Yes! That is plus £25. So that's not bad, is it? You're up to 195. Look at that.
Wonderful.
Russian silver, beautifully engraved with the Niello inlay. Start me at £40. 40 bid, 40 bid, 40. I'll catch you in a wee minute, sir. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 130 with the lady. The lady at 130. 140, I had the phone. I'll catch you all in a wee minute. I didn't know there was as many vodka drinkers in there. 140 on the phone. 150.
Look at this, lad.
170 with the gentleman fresh bidder. 170.
I think he wants it.
180. 190. 200.
Oh,
200. Another bidder. 220. 230. 240.
Is this real?
250. 260. 270. 280. No. You fought bravely.
Certainly did.
280. It's with you, sir, at £280. Any advance in 280, all done at 280, 280.
You just made £235 on top of the £195. 3.
You helped us, Catherine. You got us.
Listen, you have made £430 of profit.
No way.
£430 of profit. They've made £430.
This doesn't feel
They just spent £200. They've made £430 worth of profit. Yes, that is so good, isn't it? I mean, how is that? Well, what are you going to do about this bonus buy, then?
Oh.
I mean, it's. Are you going to go with a bonus buy
Yeah,
at all?
we-
You
yeah.
are. Are you going to go with the RAF compact, or are you going to go with the pendant?
The pendant.
Pendant.
You are? You sure about that?
We really like the pendant.
We are, however, going to sell the rejected team bonus buy, which is the compact.
Yep.
You're not going with that. We're going to sell it, and on this occasion, if it makes a profit, we'll give the profit to charity.
Great.
All right. So here we go. First up now is the compact.
Lot 56, ladies and gentlemen, is the World War II RAF Gilt Metal Ladies Compact. 20 bid. Ladies at 20. Any advance in 20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
Wow. Hey.
The lady at £60. Any advance in 60, 70 on the phones. Any advance in £70, £70.
£70. That has just made £58 profit for charity, which is marvellous. So well done, Catherine. Now, you went with the special bonus buy, you went with the pendant. This is what you selected, and here it comes. And this would be my choice too.
This is a little Edwardian Arts and Crafts pendant. Will you give me 50? £50. £50. £50. 50.
We haven't made a
50
mistake.
bid. With you, sir, at 51. Anyone else from the floor? 50, 60, 70, 70, 80, 90.
It's worth it, definitely.
100, 110.
She wants it over there.
110. Oh, 120. 120, sir. 130. £130. All done at 130, all done at 130, 130.
Well done, Catherine. 130, which means you've made a profit of £80 on that. You had 430, you've now got plus £510, which is over £500,000 that you've just made. Over £500,000. And I made a prediction that the pendant would do best, and it did do best. So. George, Ronald, do you know how the Reds got on?
Not at all.
Not at all. No idea?
No.
Not a clue?
No.
Okay, fine. Perfect. You're in education, that's the way to be.
Clueless.
Clueless, that's it. He said it. First up is the Highlanders cap badge, and here it comes.
Lot 73 is the Gordon Highlanders, our own Gordon Highlanders, ladies and gentlemen. It's an officer's badge. 50. £50. 60 on the phone. 70, 80, 90, 100. It's on the phone at £100. 100.
Well done, Anita. That's very good. Super, Paul. Thank you. That is plus £60. I thought it might be 100. Now, what about the hot water bed warmer?
It's a 1940s brown Rothermel Bakelite electric bed warmer. And included is the guarantee, which might have run out. 20 bid, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. The lady at £70. £70, all done at £70, £70. Hey.
That is plus £56. Think about it. £14 to a profit of £56. That's pretty good. Here comes the bottle.
Lot 75, it's a piece of early 19th century Alloa glass. 100 surely. £50 then. £50. 50. 50 bid. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120.
You're in profit.
130 fresh bidder. 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, £170. It's with you, sir, at 170 for the rare Alloa. Any advance in 170, 170?
So that means you are £185 up, which is brilliant. Well done. So 185 is a good turn. Excellent. But you now have the big choice. Which bonus buy are you going to go with, or are you going to ditch the bonus buys altogether?
We're going with the bonus buy, Tim.
Yeah, are you going to go with the lamps?
We're going with the lamps.
Not the torch?
Not the torch.
You're going to ditch the torch?
Yes.
We will be selling the RAF torch in addition, and if that makes a profit, the profit will go to charity. So first up is the pair of Pullman lamps, and here they come.
Lot 79 is a pair of Edwardian Pullman table lamps. Start me at 30. £30, 30 bid. A woman of taste. £30. Any advance in 30? Seems very, very cheap. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Any advance in £70? £70.
£70 is jolly nice. You make a profit, which is plus 40. So that gives you £225 as your overall total. And now we're going to sell the rejected special bonus buy, the ever-ready torch, and here it comes.
Light up your lives. It's the World War II RAF issue. It's the ever-ready torch. It's a rare one. 20 bid. On the phone at 20. Any advance in 20, 30, 40.
£10 paid. Well done.
50. 60. Fresh bidder at 60. £60. 70 still in. 70 with you, sir. 80. With you, sir, at £80. £80.
£80 is plus £70. So £70 will go to charity. Thank you very much, Paul.
Yes, lovely.
And my prediction that the Pullman lamps are going to do better is completely wrong, because the torch actually cracked it. Amazing price, isn't it?
I mean, I'm very impressed.
Don't say a word to the Reds, all right? And we'll catch up and reveal all in a moment. Well, teams, it's been a remarkably successful day, hasn't it? Unbelievably successful. The first thing that is a treat to announce is the fact that both teams today are winners of the Golden Gavel Award. And therefore, a profit on every lot that you found and sold here today at Great Western Auctions. There you go, chaps. Grab your Golden Gavel and pin it on with pride. And both teams with several £100 in winnings. And the runners-up today, I'm afraid to say, are the Blues. The Blues, who managed to lose by winning £225. Which is a considerable result with a Golden Gavel and everything else, and there is your £225. Blues.
Thank you.
That's for you to keep and split with your mate. All round a splendid effort, but not quite good enough, because today the Reds are going home with £510. And that's what you call a wodge. £510, hey? You spend £60 on a tribal mask, and you go home with £170 worth of profit, right? You spend £95 on a Vulcan bomber, and that makes you £25 profit. But most extraordinary of all is the vodka cup, which is £45 that makes £235 of profit. And of course, it's lovely that £128 today was raised for charity as a result of the experts' expertise in the success. So I do congratulate you. You've all got your Golden Gavels. You've all got fistfuls of cash. Therefore, you really ought to join us soon for some more bargain hunting. Yes? Yes!
It'll be a cracking afternoon here on BBC One. Wallace and